Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel, and we have some breaking news out of the Express in the United Kingdom. At least 2 dead after Russian missile land in NATO state Poland on Ukrainian border. The Prime Minister of Poland has called emergency meetings following the explosion. So this is obviously a sort of escalation that is currently going on. 2 people have been killed in Poland after 2 stray Russian rockets landed near the border with Ukraine. The rockets landed in the NATO state following Russia's mass bombardment of Ukraine cities earlier today, which saw over 100 rockets launched. According to the AP news agency, a senior U.S. intelligence official said that the missiles were of Russian origin. Poland's prime minister, this gentleman right here, has convened the committee of the Council of Ministry for National Security and Defense Affairs as a matter of urgency, government spokesman Piotr Mueller confirmed, with local news sites claiming that it is likely the result of the explosions. Right. The meeting will reportedly take place at 9 p.m. local time. So as close as the rockets got, apparently an explosion happened when it landed of sorts, and maybe some of the material, the shrapnel, parts of the rocket may have landed in Poland or into Poland. We don't have the complete details just yet. Russia has denied not only the missile hitting Poland, but any rocket strikes near the border at all, despite mass explosions hitting cities near the border just hours earlier. So the rocket fell in the town of, this town, hitting grain dryers. The police prosecutor's office and the army are reportedly already on the site. Meanwhile, Polish armed forces are reportedly on high alert. The attack could prompt Poland to trigger NATO's Article 5 provisions, calling on all of their treaty members to attack Russia. According to Article 5, an attack against one nation ally is considered an attack against all allies. And as we can see, some of the parts here that apparently landed there, so it's obviously debris. This sort of thing can't be denied. And as I was doing this recording, we got this break from the Express, also breaking. Putin breaks silence on Poland missile crash and blames Warsaw for deliberate escalation. Of course, we know the reports already out of Poland. So Russia's Ministry of Defense has claimed that reports of 2 Russian missiles landing in Poland and killing 2 people are a deliberate provocation. The ministry bafflingly added, no strikes were made against targets near the Ukrainian-Polish state border by Russian weapons, despite multiple recorded instances of Russian airstrikes hitting Lviv in Ukraine city, about 62 miles south of that Polish city, and only 50 miles from the Ukrainian border just hours earlier today. The statement concluded, the fragments published in hot pursuit by the Polish media from the scene in the village of this city had nothing to do with Russian weapons. Oh, fascinating. Poland's armed forces are on high alert following the explosion, as we read a moment ago, and the Czech Defense Ministry also said she considered it confirmed that Russia had fired a missile into Poland, adding that they did not yet know why this had happened. So we've got continuing escalations going on in the war there as Russia continues to get pushed back by Ukrainians. And if you guys haven't already, I encourage you to go ahead and check out Denis Davidov, who I follow each day on all the reports. And as you can see, he's not released a video yet today. He's probably compiling it and getting it ready. Operator Starsky, who is in the National Guard of Ukraine. He is a dedicated press secretary, as it were, there in the Ukrainian army. I'm happy to say that he follows me on Twitter. So if I ever need direct information, I can just contact him through Twitter. Also, Speak the Truth, retired perhaps, a Army sniper, an American that has been covering the story ever since it happened. He also has boots on the ground. He has contacts and individuals out there. He's got documentaries. He's got films. He's got all sorts of content talking about the Ukrainian war. I suggest you guys check him out. And then Arthur Rehi, he is out of Estonia. He is a former military soldier in the Estonian army who also covers the events there going on very near to his country there in Ukraine and Russia, of course, and near Poland. So that is the breaking story. So at least 2 dead after Russian missiles land in NATO state Poland on Ukraine border. So there is video here, and of course you just see right here Russian missile targets. Oh, ISIS. I guess they were just using that as footage. for whatever reason to kind of maybe explain what type of missile that was used or the explosion and just the shrapnel and so forth, debris afterwards. But nonetheless, this is a rather concerning story because the escalation has continued there in Ukraine. So let's just see what we have here. I guess it looks just some of the footage that we can see here. I don't have my headsets on, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. No, it's muted. Okay, so just a little bit of the shrapnel as we saw there from that, and then Ukrainian troops laugh at Russians' failure over abandoned weapons. We saw that the other night, actually, or last night. British father died in drone attack while defending Ukraine. Some Americans have also died that are also fighting in Ukraine. Now, they are not established U.S. military there in Ukraine. These are volunteers. Many of them are veterans, and they are encouraging people who want to help Ukraine out. Don't just arrive there as, like LARPing. You need to have some sort of military training and background. But if you're an American, I would strongly encourage you to, if you're a veteran and so forth, I understand your desire for freedom and liberty and democracy. However, I would encourage you to think several times before heading over there because you guys who are veterans already know what war is. It is ugly. It is not LARPing like a lot of the activists like to think it is here in the U.S. or individuals from the U.S. that have gone over there on just like a little personal quest of whatnot, and it's simply not like that. So I wanted to bring this, guys, to you. It's breaking news. Thank you so much for yesterday's video, which did incredibly well concerning Carrie Lake, who unfortunately ended up losing her race there in Arizona. Not particularly surprising. Maybe I can dedicate a different video specifically on that, as we have already talked about how the Democrats are utilizing mail-in ballots as their form of strategy. Now, all you guys here watching across all of my platforms, I want to thank everyone. But most of all of you here on YouTube who have stuck it out during these limited ad situations that the channel has been experiencing, at least since September, even more harshly. So thank you all for your comments. Thank you guys for your participation. And appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon. You guys can click on to subscribe, as well as to click notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I will see all of you guys in the next video.